everybody, I'm Tiffany, and today I'm doing another movie review. Oh yeah, it's that time again. Oh yeah. Alright, so today I'm wearing my Superman shirt again, but it's actually with the purpose besides, like for the Martian, because I didn't have a spacesuit. I'm wearing this shirt because I just watched Batman vs. Superman, and I didn't have a Batman shirt, but I had a Superman shirt, so I was like, might as well. For those of you who have no idea what Batman vs. Superman is, first of all, you haven't been paying attention to the movies that have been coming out quite recently, but that's okay, I get it, you have your own thing, whatever. So Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, for those of you who don't know, it came out this year. It's basically about Superman and Batman not really liking each other and their methods, and they kind of battle. A lot of people thought this would actually be like not that good of a movie. It just, I don't know why, just people were like, it's not gonna be that good. Expectations were definitely lowered. Did I have fun on it? Oh yeah. I'm gonna say the same thing though that I did for Suicide Squad. Could it have been better? Absolutely yes. But I enjoyed myself. There were parts here and there that irked me a little bit, but that is okay. I'm getting into that later. So for those of you who want statistics and stuff, this got a 6.9 out of 10 on IMDb. And that usually means it's okay. It's like around what Suicide Squad was. It has an amazing cast though. It has Ben Affleck as Batman, Henry Cavill as Superman, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. He was Superman and Man of Steel as well. Amy Adams, who is Lois Lane. You have Jesse Eisenberg. We're gonna get talking about Jesse Eisenberg. But you have Jesse Eisenberg, who's Lex Luthor. You have Diane Lane. You have Holly Hunter. You have Lawrence Fishburne. So many people. Am I missing anybody? Jeremy Irons, Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman. We're talking about her too. And a bunch of just other amazing people. So the cast was really good. Yeah, go give this movie a chance. You just gotta see for yourself. The only big complaint that I would have is that as a person who sees Batman versus Superman, my thought is I'm gonna see a lot of fighting back and forth. Like Alien versus Predator, everybody's waiting for the aliens and the Predators to fight. We're all waiting for Batman and Superman to fight for some reason, even though they're both heroes, so that makes no sense. But still, we're really waiting for it. The movie, oh my gosh, they dragged out the final battle between them. It's a 2-hour and 31-minute movie, guys. Suicide Squad was like an hour 38. See the difference there? So this one definitely is slower pace and a little bit darker tone, I would say. Still, overall, I did enjoy myself, so just go and watch it for yourself. Follow my philosophy, despite reviews, despite what people tell you, if you can, watch it. Just because you might find a movie that you really love that everybody else hates. Let's go get it on Redbox or on demand or something like that. And come in with lower expectations. If you're expecting Avengers status, that's not gonna happen. I'm sorry, Avengers is just mind-blowing. Well, goodbye, non-spoilery people. I'm sorry if this is kind of short-ish, I don't know. Go watch the movie and then come back and then wear your Superman shirt so we can match. Goodbye, non-spoilery people. Bye! Batman vs. Superman! Like I said, I came in this with way lower expectations just because I didn't hear super fantastic, amazing stuff about it. So I was hesitant, but also not hesitant to watch it because you gotta realize superhero movies, oh my gosh, I'm so easily entertained by those things. A lot of superhero movies that people are like, oh, that wasn't as good. I'm like, that was awesome type thing. I definitely was hesitant just because of the bad reviews, but I knew I was gonna watch it eventually because I love superhero movies. So Ben Affleck surprised me because there was a lot of doubt about him as Batman, and I think he plays a really good Batman actually. Is it Dark Knight trilogy status? Well, no. So don't compare it to the Dark Knight trilogy, okay? Because guess what? Nothing is really going to beat that. Stop being judgmental. I'm judgmental too. It's okay. I'm telling myself that. Good job to Ben Affleck. Henry Cavill, he did okay. I think he still did a really good job. I mean, he's a good Superman. I don't know. There were just parts here and there I did not like his acting as much. Nothing against Henry Cavill. He's a great actor. I just don't know why in that movie, for some reason, there were just parts here and there that I didn't really think were that great of acting parts. I think towards the end, when like Lex Luthor tells him to go kill Batman, basically, I don't know, I think that part I felt, and he's trying to like convince Batman to stop, I don't know, that part was kind of weird-ish. Amy Adams was awesome. I think she's a great Lois Lane. Lois Lane, though, she made some stupid decisions in this movie, okay? I was a little bit like, Lois Lane, get out of the way. First of all, you find her in like the desert or whatever on like a news report thing, and Superman has to save her, and you're like, okay, that's okay. But Superman keeps constantly saving her, and I'm just like, really? Really? That's his job. He's supposed to save Lois Lane. But I want my protagonists to be able to do something, and Lois Lane, oh my gosh, like near the end, Batman had the thingamabob, the kryptonite stick, that's what I call it, the kryptonite stick thing, and he dropped it because he decided not to kill Superman. Woo! That's a good thing. So Lois Lane decides to take it, and instead of keeping it, where I'm in my mind thinking, I would keep that thing just in case stuff goes wrong. No, she throws it in the water. And then what happens? You find out the big giant demon thingy that they have to fight can only be killed by kryptonite. So what does Lois Lane do? She jumps into the pool. And I'm like, go Lois Lane. Have your shining star superhero moment. Go in there and get it. What happens? The whole place crumbles on her and she's stuck in the water. Really? Guess who has to save her again? Superman. He saves her barely and has to get out that kryptonite stick himself and almost dies because of it. Let's talk about Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I really liked her. She was seductive, she's beautiful, but she was a really good Wonder Woman, I felt like. She was like a superhero that kicked butt. Like in that final battle, she has her shield, she has her whip, she just puts her shield up, she's like, nice try, demon. And she uses her whip, and every time the demon hits her, she just gets up and smiles and then strikes. And out of all three of them, I kind of feel like she's the one that gets the demon the most, like actually causes him pain. She chopped off his hand, and Superman and Batman weren't even close to that. So, just saying, a little bit of girl power was really nice. And she has a Wonder Woman movie coming out, so I'm really happy about that, and I really hope it's really good, because she's a awesome, amazing Wonder Woman, I feel. Out of all the people, though, in this movie, my favorite was Jesse Eisenberg. And he was the villain. If you can't tell, sometimes I really like the villains, and that's just because I love to see actors play a really good villain. And Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, I really liked. He was awesome. He was twisted, he was maniacal, he was fantastic. I loved him so much, and I was so happy, even though he was the villain, when he was on screen, because I know he was gonna act crazy. It was fantastic. The only thing that confused me, but then they fixed it, so it was okay. He has like hair, and like a big thing with Lex Luthor is that he's bald. So I was kind of like, well, they didn't get the bald thing right, but then at the end he finally became bald because they shaved his head in prison, so it's perfectly okay now. The storyline overall, I liked parts in it. I liked how they hinted at the Justice League. That was really cool. You saw a glimpse of everybody who was going to be in the Justice League, like the Flash, Aquaman coming, who I just call Khal Drogo with fins. My Game of Thrones people know exactly who I'm talking about. I didn't know the last one just because I'm not completely familiar with the DC Comics. I know there's one more hero, but I don't have any idea who in the world he is. So sorry about that. If you would like to tell me, you can, but I don't know him really. I felt like it was just really slow paced and drawn out because you see Batman versus Superman and like I said, you're waiting the whole time for them to battle. And of course, you know, there's got to be some build up to why in the world they are actually battling in the first place, but it felt like it just took so long for it to happen. I was getting a little bit bored. I was still kept interested by like Wonder Woman and Lex Luthor, but I was still really getting bored. And then finally, Lex Luthor blackmails Superman into trying to destroy Batman, and of course Superman's like, I'm not gonna do that, I'm gonna actually tell Batman what the heck is going on, which is a good thing, because most of characters are just like, I'm gonna do what evil guy says, and not tell the other person that might be potentially able to help me. So Superman actually had good logic, but of course Batman was being arrogant and not paying attention, and they ended up getting in a battle. And Batman clearly won, by the way. Superman, I don't know what happened with you, but you failed. Point 1 to Batman. And so they're battling, and it's fun because it's your superheroes battling finally. But it doesn't even last that long. The whole thing that stops them is that Superman says his mother's name, which just happens to be Bruce's mother's name. Is that something there? Afterwards, they're all buddies, really quickly, by the way. And now we gotta go face the demon. Now, I'm not saying that was a horrible choice or anything. I'm not saying I wanted Batman and Superman to fight to the death. No, it's not Mortal Kombat, okay? And I did like the final battle with Wonder Woman, and I was excited to get to that. But I just feel like it was a really quick change from enemies to friends type thing. Like when Superman dies at the end, and Batman seems so genuinely like, oh my gosh, my friend died. And I'm like, dude, you weren't his friend throughout this entire movie until like 5 minutes ago. That whole transition was just rushed, and I feel like if they started the battle between them earlier, then it would have been way more impactful, because they've been fighting the whole entire time, and then at the end at least, they maybe make like a mutual consent type thing and not necessarily be buddy right then and there, because that doesn't make complete and utter sense at all, really. Not in the slightest. One thing that didn't happen that I was expecting to happen was I had heard that Superman became evil, and I thought that was going to happen and that's how he died. And it kind of hinted at that because you have the Flash try and come and warn Batman and say you were right about him. Don't trust him. Lois Lane is the key. And I felt like that didn't evolve. Maybe it did evolve into something. But to me, it didn't feel like it evolved into anything. Because to me, that said Superman's going to turn crazy and go evil on everybody. But I was wrong. Maybe he'll be evil when he wakes up. Because let's face it. I mean, you saw the dirt. It rose. He's alive. Okay? I don't know how much longer you're pretending to keep that a secret. But yeah, he's alive. You're alive. You're alive, Superman. You're alive, okay? It felt like really that this movie was just kind of a setup for the Justice League, if that makes sense. Because you get Wonder Woman, you have the whole Superman versus Batman thing, but it's more Batman's gathering information about Superman, but then also about the fellow members of the Justice League type thing. So I feel like it was just a whole setup for that, and then they added in the battle and everything at the end. That's really all I have to say about this movie. I still did enjoy it. It just was a little bit dragged along a little bit, so that wasn't really fun, but I still enjoyed it overall. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any other movie or book suggestions, leave them in the comments below. I'll definitely look at them, check them out, everything like that. All that wonderful, beautiful, crazy stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome, fantastic, wonderful day, evening, night. That's the same thing. Afternoon, anything, whenever you are watching this. Thank you for joining me today. I have to go help Superman, so goodbye!